All right, welcome to another game of On Base Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of On Base. In this game, we're going to continue our 2023 Major League Baseball playoff replay. We are replaying the 2023 ALDS Series 1, which is the Tampa Bay Rays at the Baltimore Orioles. In this game, we go to Game 3. The series is tied at 1, so the Orioles split at home with Tampa Bay. A very exciting walk-off win from Santander, who hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 10th inning to win game number 2. Let's see if they can ride that momentum into game 3. Would have been played on October 11th, 2023. It is definitely a what-if series at this point. Tampa Bay did not make it past the first round, so Baltimore was playing Texas at that point. So Game 3 is going to feature Dean Kramer for the Baltimore Orioles, and pitching for the Devil Rays is Aaron Civili. So let's go through the starting lineups, and here for the Orioles, it's going to be a little bit of a shakeup and some additions here as well. This is their actual Game 3 lineup versus Texas. So it is Henderson, Gunnar Henderson at short. He'll be leading off in this game. Adley Rutschman hitting second. Santander, the hero of game number 2, he's in right field this game, not DH, and he is hitting third. Ryan Mountcastle is the cleanup man. Ryan O'Hearn, Ryan O'Hearn gets the start at DH. He is in the 5-hole. Austin Hayes moves all the way down to the 6th spot. He is in left field. Ced Mullins moves up to the 7th spot. He's in center field. Westberg is the third baseman. He is hitting 8th. And Adam Frazier gets his first start of the series at second base. He's hitting 9th. Like I said, Kramer, right-handed pitcher. 23 is his stamina, and 444 is the third column here that he's going to be pitching out of. For the Tampa Bay Rays, it's going to be Yandy Diaz at first base. Rosarena is hitting second. He's in left. Harold Ramirez is the DH. He's hitting third. Brandon Lowe is, I'm trying to remember which of the Lowe brothers it is. It's Brandon Lowe. He's in right field. He's a left-handed batter. He's hitting cleanup. Isaac Paredes is at third. He is the 5th hole hitter. Margot is in center. Meade is at second base. Caminero gets a second straight start. He went 2 for 4 in the last game, and figure I'd give him another start. He is going to be in the 8th hole, and Rene Pinto is the catcher, right-handed catcher. He's going to be in the 9th spot. On the mound is Aaron Civili, right-handed pitcher, can go 20 batters, and a 3.35 is his Sierra, so he's pitching out of this first column. So going to be a tough task here for the Baltimore Orioles. Let's see if they can put up any runs on Civili, and let's see if Kramer can avoid some of these more dangerous, the double and the walk. Leading off for the Orioles is Gunnar Henderson. Be facing off against Civili, and that is how you say it, Civili. It's not Savali. I looked it up just to make sure I was saying it correctly in this game. I try to look up the names. You can look on Baseball Reference under their bio section, and it actually has like how to say, if they know one of his names is kind of tricky. It gives you a pronunciation guide, which is very helpful. So Aaron Civili pitches to Henderson. 12 is going to be a ground out, and that's a little grounder to Hopper to third base. No problem there for Paredes, who gets it over to first for out number 1. Terrific series so far. Good pitching in this one. And both teams have really come to play on the pitching side. This is going to be a 22? That's going to be a long single. Not going to matter for Rutschman, but he pokes it through the left side, and that's into left field. He's going to stop at first base after a big turn. And he's at first with Santander coming to the plate. He's a switch hitter, so batting left-handed here. He is going to strike out against Civili. And that's a strikeout swinging. First K of the day for Civili, and that is going to be out number 2. So 2 down and a runner at first with Ryan Mountcastle coming to the plate. Mountcastle's been hot in this series. It looks like maybe he's going to cool off a little bit here. 36 to an 8 is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to right center field. Can of corn out there for the center fielder, Manuel Margot. And Margot reaches up and puts it away for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Baltimore is up on Tampa Bay. I'm sorry, they're not up. They're tied. So go to the bottom of the first. Still no score. It'll be Dean Kramer against Yandy Diaz to lead off this game. Kramer again pitching out of this third column. Let's see how long he can go. 26 is going to be a base hit for Yandy Diaz as he strokes one right up the middle. A Rosarena is the next batter. And a 26 to a 20 is going to be back-to-back singles. He hits this one down the left field line. Coming over to the line is Hayes. We're going to have to do a check to see if he makes an error on this single. And he does. And so that is going to be a single. He's going to move up to second, but then he's going to move to third on the E7. So both runners move up on the error. And the Rays are in business. They got 2 on with nobody out. And Ramirez comes to the plate. Ramirez with a home run in his last game. A 36 is going to be a walk, and that's going to load the bases. So black clouds building up in this first inning for Dean Kramer. He faces off against Brandon Lowe. Lowe, 35, is going to be a strikeout. So he gets a big time strikeout there. And that's going to be out number 1. The defense playing back here. So any double play is going to go second to first. And any ground out is going to score a run. They're going to get the lead runner, though, or the runner at second base. A 13, and that's going to be a ground out, just like I said. So that's a ground out to shortstop. So we're going to go 6-4 on the put out. So Paredes is going to wind up at first. So 6-4 on the put out. This runner is going to be out on the fielder's choice. He's going to get an RBI. He's going to come home to score on the fielder's choice. So they're willing to give up that early run by playing the defense back. And now we have 2 down with runners at the corners for Manuel Margot. A 35 to Margot is going to be a strikeout. And Kramer gets him with the swinging strikeout. So that's actually going to be out number 2 and out number 3. So for all that traffic, Kramer limits the damage to only 1 run. But Tampa Bay takes a 1-0 lead over the Orioles. Top of the second inning we go. It's O'Hearn, Hayes, and Mullins. This is going to be a ground out that goes right to the first baseman. No problem for Diaz. He's actually going to take it to the bag himself. And that's going to be out number 1. Brings up Austin Hayes. Hayes is going to ground out here. That goes to the second baseman. Nice throw over to first from Meade. And he gets Austin Hayes for out number 2. 2 quick outs in the top of the second inning for Civili. And this could be a fly ball down the left field line deep into the corner. Going into the corner at the track is going to be a Rosarena, and he catches it. So distance, but not enough to get out of the ballpark. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Devil Rays. Then we head to the bottom of the second inning. It is Tampa 1, Baltimore 0, and it'll be the bottom of the order coming up for the Rays. It's Meade, Caminero, and Pinto. So Meade is the second baseman. He has got a 16. That's going to be a fly ball out to deep left center field. It is playable by the center fielder, Seb Mullins, and he runs it down out in center field for out number 1. Caminero stands in. He's playing shortstop in this game. He's got a 35. A 35 is going to be a strikeout, and that's a swinging K, and that will be out number 2. Pinto stands in. Pinto, the catcher. He's caught every game in this series. And 34, he might have to give away in the next game. I don't know. He's had a day off in between each one, so we'll see. 34 to 0 is going to be a double as he rips one down the left field line. And he is going to slide in safely at second base. For a 2-out double, brings up Yandy Diaz, best hitter on the club. But he is actually going to fly out. This one goes down the left field line. It's a can of corn as it hangs up for Austin Hayes, and he is going to make the play for out number 3. So the Rays get a man to second base with 2 outs, but they strand him, and they still lead 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. 26 from Civilly is going to be a strikeout. So Westberg strikes out as he can't catch up to the fastball, and that's going to be out number 1. Brings up the lefty Adam Frazier. Frazier, well traveled in the last several years, started as a Pirate, had some terrific years, good contact man with the bat. Had a really down year though, -4 with his hitting. 35 to him is going to be a strikeout as 2 Ks in a row for Civilly, and he's got 3 for the game. Back to the top of the order with Gunnar Henderson. He grounded out to third base in his first at bat. This time he's going to hit a little nubber out in front of the plate, and jumping on all over it is Pinto. He gets it to first for the 3rd out, and that's another 1-2-3 inning for Aaron Civilly, who has shut down Baltimore so far. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Arozarena, Ramirez, and Lowe up for the Rays. Arozarena had a single in his last at bat. 26 is going to equal another single. So this time down the right field line, we're going to test the right fielder to see if he makes an error or not. That's Santander. He picks it up cleanly. He gets it to first, or he gets to the infield, and he holds Arozarena to a single. Let's go ahead and try to steal with Randy. I think he would want to do that. So let's try to get him in scoring position. 1-6, he's safe, and he is in there under the tag for this stolen base. Not a lot of speed, just a couple of players, so when you got it, you got to use it. So Arozarena in scoring position with nobody out. A 55. If I could roll something other than a 10. So 55 is going to be a line out, and that line drive goes right back to the pitcher. That was a 1. So we're going to go L1, and nice reaction time there by Dean Kramer, who makes the catch on the line drive out. No movement by the runner at second base. That's going to bring up Brandon Lowe, left-handed batter against Kramer. He struck out in his first at-bat, but he's going to get a piece of this one as he grounds it right back to the pitcher. The pitcher looks back the runner at second base, and just like that, Kramer is taking care of that runner at second as he makes the throw to first, and that's going to be out number 2. Isaac Paredes stands in, 2 down with a runner in scoring position, and he will strike out. I believe that's right. Paredes sees a 25. Yep. So that's going to be a strikeout for Paredes. And Kramer lets the first runner on. They get him to second on a stolen base. And Kramer shuts down the inning all by himself. A line drive caught, a throw to first for an out, and a strikeout. So he just said, "Step back, boys, I got this." As we head to the top of the 4th inning, it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Baltimore hanging around and keeping it close. Kramer doing a good job of keeping the ball game close. It's a 45 to Adley Rutschman. Rutschman is going to hit a base hit single past the third baseman. A little chopper down the line, and he'll stop at first base. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Brings up Santander. Santander was the hero of game number 2 with a 2-run bomb in the bottom of the 10th inning to walk it off for Baltimore. He has a strikeout here, as that's another K racked up by Civilly, and that is 2-4 on the day for the right-hander. Brings up Ryan Mountcastle. Mountcastle flew out in his last at-bat. He's going to strike out here as he watches that one go by. Strikeout number 5 for Civilly. 2 down now for Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn getting his first start. He grounded out to first base in his first at-bat. 36 is going to be a fly out, though. That goes out to straightaway center field. Is that right? 36? Yeah. So that's a fly ball out to dead center field. No problem out there for Manuel Margot, and he'll squeeze it for out number 3. So the Baltimore Orioles get a leadoff single from Adley Rutschman, but they can't move him around And we are going to head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Tampa Bay up 1-0 on the Baltimore Orioles. They send up Margot, Meade, and Caminero in the fourth. Still pitching is Dean Kramer. Kramer can go 23 batters, not any threat to come up against that yet. Margot is a -3, so a 55 to a -3 is going to be a foul out. If this is a 6 or greater, it's a 6, so that's going to be a foul ball. We'll call that foul ball to the shortstop because the center fielder is not going to catch a foul ball. So let's go foul out to 6. So the shortstop is Gunnar Henderson. He had to run into foul territory down the third base line and make the play. That is out number 1. Brings up Meade, the second baseman. One thing I love about cards and dice is you just make it up, man. You know, make up the narrative yourself. 35. 35 is going to be a strikeout. So Kramer gets the strikeout. That's strikeout number 3-4 for him. And he has been pitching extremely well, holding this Tampa Bay Rays team to only 1 run so far through the first 3 2/3. A 35. 35 will be another strikeout. Back-to-back Ks ends the inning, and Dean Kramer gets out of that one. That's a 1-2-3 inning for him. And we head to the top of the 5th. Baltimore is still in this one. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay. And we have Hayes, Mullins, and Westberg coming to the plate for the Orioles. 16 is going to be a deep fly ball. That's out to straightaway right field. Going back on it is the right fielder, Lowe. And reaching up just before the track, Lowe reaches up and makes the catch for out number 1. Gave it a ride, but it wasn't far enough. And that brings up Seth Mullins. Mullins a -1 batting runs. 22 against first column pitcher is nothing, and so that leaves it all up to Mullins. A 22 to a -1 is going to be a double or a triple. If it's an 8, it's a 1, and so that's going to be a double down the left field line for Cedric Mullins as he pulls in standing up for a 1-out double. Brings up Westberg. Westberg, the right-handed batting third baseman, are playing third in this game. 26 is going to be a strikeout as Sibley gets another strikeout. That's what, 6 Ks on the day. And Baltimore in danger of stranding this runner at second if Frazier can't get a hit. He doesn't. He hits some hard down the right field line as he pulls that one. It looks like it's going fair, but it stays in, and just inside the fair line, it's going to be caught by the right fielder Lowe, who had to chase that one down. So a couple of long fly balls to right field, but it doesn't net any runs, and so Baltimore strands another runner in scoring position. Tampa Bay still leads 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Rene Pinto is up. 24 to Pinto is going to be a strikeout. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ks on the day for Dean Kramer. Kramer at 18 batters now. He can go 23. And we turn the lineup back over to the top. It's going to be Yandy Diaz. Diaz is 1 for 2. 36 is going to be a walk. So that comes off of Dean Kramer's column. Not a lot of speed with Diaz. In fact, he's quite slow. Brings up a Randy Arozarena. Arozarena is 2 for 2. He's going to make that 3 for 3. A 22 is, he's going to miss something here. Didn't hit that home run one. So a 22 to a 20 is going to be a double or a triple if that's a 7. It's only a 3. So that's going to be a 2-bagger. That's going to put runners at second and third. We're in the 5th inning. We're going to give Kramer a short leash. If he allows any walks or hits or anything, we'll bring in another reliever. 46 is going to be a strikeout. That's a huge strikeout against Harold Ramirez. That's out number 2. So we have 2 down. We have runners at second and third. Base hit scores 2 and would give the Rays a bigger lead. 14 is going to be a double. That's off of Kramer, and that's going to be the end of his day, as he allows 2 runs to come home on the double to straightaway center field. He just rips that one on the line right past the center fielder. No chance out there for Sed Mullins, and that's going to be the end of the line for Dean Kramer, who is going to leave the game. Let's get a new pitcher in here for Baltimore. New pitcher is going to be D.L. Hall, and he is a left-hander. He can go 5 batters. He's got a 305 Sierra, so he'll be pitching out of column 1. He replaces Dean Kramer, who had an admirable start. 4 2/3 innings. Couldn't quite get that third out in the 5th. 6 hits, 3 runs given up so far, 2 walks, and 8 Ks. We'll amend that if this guy comes around to score. I expect D.L. Hall to come in and do the job, but you never know. So a big 2-out double from Lowe, and that brings up Isaac Paredes. Paredes is going to strike out, and D.L. Hall takes care of the last batter of the 5th inning. But not before Tampa Bay puts 2 more on the board. That's going to be a 3-0 lead that they take into the 6th inning. They still have Aaron Civily on the mound. He can go 20 batters. He's at 18 right now, but he is pitching out of column number 1, so he's got a little bit of a longer leash here to go more innings. So when he starts an inning past his stamina, we just move him down a column. This is still a pretty good column right here. You can think of FIP or Sierra as like ERA. It's on the same scale as ERA, so a 3.5 ERA to a 4. It's still a pretty good pitcher. 56 is going to be a strikeout for Civily as he strikes Henderson out swinging. Henderson out 0 for 3 on the day. Brings up Adley Rutschman. Rutschman is 2 for 2. He's going to strike out here. So that'll be a back-to-back Ks for Civily. And definitely making the case to stay out there. Brings up Santander. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. So 15 is going to be a ground out. So this is a little chopper down the first base line. Out to get it is Pinto. He makes the throw to first and gets Santander by a couple steps. So another 1-2-3 inning for Civily. You can see pitching out of this first column is just tough, man. It's tough to get any offense going. Those are your absolute best pitchers in the league. And what was Civily? Civily was I have him here. His stat line for the year. So 5.36 ERA. Not a great ERA, but you can see that he was probably hampered a lot by errors that were committed. He only had 10 starts, 2 and 3 in those 10 starts, but pitched a lot better than his ERA. That's why we have these stats, is to kind of get beyond the defense and what the defense has done to you to sort of get to his actual performance. So 29% K percentage, 6% walk percentage, so all these strikeouts are no joke for him. He is past the 6th inning. We are at the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay, and Baltimore is sending up Mountcastle, O'Hearn, and Hayes, so 3 pretty good hitters. And it's D.L. Hall still in the game. He can go 5 batters before he has to be brought down a notch. And a 66 to Ryan Mountcastle is going to be a long single. That is to right center field. He takes a big turn at first, but he's going to stay at first base. Thinks better of it. Brings up Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn 0 for 2. He's got a ground out and a fly out. He's going to add a strikeout as D.L. Hall gets him on the swinging strikeout. That's out number 1. Austin Hayes to the plate. 1 out, 1 on. Hayes, 8 batting runs in 2023. 55 is going to be a line out. And that line drive goes right back to the pitcher. Nice reflexes from D.L. Hall. A couple of really nice line out plays for the Baltimore pitchers in this game. Instead, Mullen stands in. He doubled in his last at bat. 36 is not going to be a double. That's actually going to be a fly ball out to right center field. Ranging over to get it is Manuel Margot, and he's not had any issues so far in the game as he makes the catch for out number 3. Down goes, that wasn't Margot, that was, yeah, that was Margot. Sorry, we're in the 7th. So it's, I think that's right, 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was the 7th inning. Okay, I just missed the 0 there. So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and that will be it was Savale, not DL Hall. Sorry, DL Hall is going to finish out this inning. I guess I should have. That would have changed things here. There was a strikeout in there that shouldn't have been a strikeout, but oh well, messed that one up. Savale, sorry, he gets a little extra. So DL Hall starts off the bottom of the 7th inning, and it is Manuel Margot, Sam Mead, or Curtis Mead, and Caminero. So against the lefty Hall, Margot is going to strike out. Sorry, I'm all thrown off by that last inning. Kind of get you out of rhythm. Mead stands in. Curtis Mead 0 for 2. He struck out in his last at bat. 36 to nothing. It's nothing here. A 36 to a -1 is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to straightaway left. That's going to be a can of corn out there for the left fielder Hayes, and he grabs it for out number 2. Last chance for the Rays in the 7th is going to be Caminero. Caminero 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. Maybe I should have started the other guy. He's going to strike out here. He's got the hat trick with the strikeout looking. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for DL Hall. Nice cleanup work for him. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Let's go ahead and get Civily out of the game. And let's see what the bridge to the end of the game looks like. The Rays need to cover 2 more innings. They're up 3-0. All right, new pitcher is going to be Sean Armstrong. He is a right-handed pitcher, can go 5 batters. 3-4-1 is his Sierra, so he's in this first column. He's replacing Aaron Civily, who was unbelievable. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. Definitely in line for the win and the player of the game if the bullpen can hold this Baltimore offense. It'll be Armstrong against Westberg, Frazier, and Henderson. If he can get them, then we are going to bring in Pete Fairbanks. Going to hold back, what's his name? His name is Robert Stevenson. So we're going to hold back Robert Stevenson. We're going to have a back-to-back game, so just want to make sure that we have another option just in case this thing goes sideways and you got to use up some of these players, or Pete Fairbanks has to go 2 innings or something. He's already blown 1 save. So we'll see. Brings up Westberg. Westberg is going to go down for the 3rd time as he strikes out swinging against Sean Armstrong, and that's out number 1. A lot of power right-handers coming out of the bullpen for the Tampa Bay Rays. This one is going to get a little wood on it. Frazier is. A 34 is going to be a double as he hits this one over the right fielder's head, and Lowe can't get there. Adam Frazier with a 1-out double. Brings up Henderson. Henderson 17 batting runs in 2023, and he is going to hit a deep fly ball that goes out to left center field. He hit it well, but not well enough. That's actually going to be a fly out to 8, and that'll be out number 2 as the center fielder Margot makes the catch. He runs up against the wall. Tagging at second base is going to be Frazier. He's going to go to 3rd on the F8. A 16 is a fly out with the runner advance. So brings up Adley Rutschman. He's got 1 in scoring position with 2 outs. A 22 is going to be a strikeout, and so after starting 2 for 2, He's now struck out twice. And that's going to end the threat in the 8th inning as Sharon Armstrong gives up a 2-out double, a 1-out double, but keeps the run from scoring. Our score is still 3-0 Tampa Bay over Baltimore. We're going to get a new pitcher for the Orioles. All right, the new pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles is Danny Coulombe. He replaces D.L. Hall. Hall went an inning in the 3rd. Sorry about that. And he gives up no runs, no hits, no walks, and 3 Ks. So nice strong outing for D.L. Hall. Coulombe can go 3 batters. 315 is his Sierra. So we're really looking for him to just get through the 8th inning. Tampa Bay has the lead, so unless Baltimore puts up some runs in the 9th, there's going to be no need to pitch the 9th. So he'll be facing off against Rene Pinto. Pinto is 1 for 2 with a double, and looks like he's going to add another double to that. He does. That's hit into the right center field gap. It gets all the way to the wall. Pinto cruises in for a leadoff double. Brings up Yandy Diaz. A 22. They just keep hitting all the things that the pitcher in this column can't do anything about. A 22 is going to be a triple if it's a 7 or greater. It's a 9. So, they go double, triple, and just like that, bing, bang, boom, there is another run on the board. So Yandy Diaz comes through with a triple, and that gives Tampa Bay a 4-0 lead. This is going to be a strikeout. Playing the infield in, by the way, to try to cut down that run. If it's hit to an infielder, Diaz is not going to run. So if it's hit to an infielder, you're going to look him back, make the throw to first. They have to score on a hit or a fly ball. 36, so 1 out, runner at second base, third base, 1 already in. It's Harold Ramirez to the plate. Ramirez 0 for 2. 36 to Ramirez is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to left center field. We're not going to try to chance that. Already up 4-0. Let's just go ahead and let Lowe swing away. He had a 2 RBI double in his last at bat. 14 is going to be a base hit, and he's going to clear the bases as he brings in that runner from third, and that's his 3rd RBI of the game. Brandon Lowe coming in strong for the Devil Rays. It's 5-0, and standing in is Isaac Paredes. Paredes is going to strike out. So that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning, but not before Tampa puts up 2 more. And it's now 5-0 Rays as we head to the top of the 9th inning. I was going to bring in the closer for Tampa, but really no need to do that with a 5-run lead, so let's bring in somebody else. All right, new pitcher for the Rays is going to be Colin Poche. Left-handed batter, can go 4 as his stamina. 406 is his Sierra, so he's pitching out of column number 2 for the pitchers. And it's no offense to Baltimore, just with a 5-run lead, no need to bring in the closer with a with a game the next day. So try to save him if we can. This is not a bad pitcher to bring in. I don't think he's been in the series yet. Yeah, he hasn't come in. He hasn't come into the series yet. So getting his first action here. He's got 1 inning left. Santander, Mountcastle, and O'Hearn are in the way of a Tampa Bay Rays 2-1 series lead. 23 is going to be a ground out. That is a ground out with an error check, and so we need to check the error on the second baseman. No error. It almost was landed on a 1, but it didn't. So that's going to be Meade getting to the ball and getting it over to the first baseman, Diaz, for out number 1. Baltimore down to their last 2 outs. Mountcastle is up. He's 1 for 3. He's going to hit a fly ball here that goes out to dead center field, and we're going to check the error on the center fielder, Margot. Margot is a minus fielder, so a 1 or a 2 is an error, and it's a 2. And that's going to be an E8. So first error of the game For the Devil Rays, each team with one error now puts a runner at first base with one out. And Ryan O'Hearn to the plate. 14 to an 8 is going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. That's going to be a walk. So on that that result, it's only a hit by pitcher if it's a 1. Okay, so if it's a 2 or greater, then it's a walk. Another 14 and another walk result, so back-to-back walks. And it's 5-4. The tying run is not to the plate yet. So even if they hit a home run here, they still haven't tied the ball game. Sed Mullins stands in. He's 1 for 3. He's got a double. 44 to a -1. That's going to be a base hit right up the middle. So Sed Mullins is going to knock in 1 run. And all the runners are going to move up. This guy O'Hearn has 5 speed. If he makes it, then the tying run comes to the plate. Let's go for it. They got to get back into the game. So 1-5, he's going to score on the single. Ryan O'Hearn chugging around third. Oh, and he's in there for the safe slide. Nice slide, young man. So he's in there on the single, and that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Sed Mullins, and the hometown crowd getting a little bit uneasy, wondering why Brian Hafferkamp brought in Colin Poche instead of just shutting the game down with the closer. Some rumblings. All right, it's 5-2. This is the 9th inning. There's 1 out in the 9th. You can see that that's only 1 out. We have runners at first and second. The tying run is going to come to the plate. Let's see if Baltimore has anybody worth bringing in off the bench. I don't think they do. Kind of a sad thing to say. We got a guy who's a -1. I don't think they have anybody that's going to be better than that. Oh, Aaron Hicks. But he's not any better. He's still an 8. He is fast, though. If he were to hit a long single, he would get to second base. So that feels like an upgrade. Let's go ahead and pinch hit Hicks. Hicks actually did come into pinch hit in this game. So we're going to say a pinch hitter in the 9th. He is a switch hitter who goes 8 -6. All right, so we got a pinch hitter in the game. And Tampa Bay is going to counter. So he's gone as 3 batters. So Tampa Bay is going to counter with Pete Fairbanks. So we're going to bring in the closer. Probably should have just done that. Fairbanks. So right-hander for 282. Okay, so that's how that works. You're seeing the behind the scenes here. Poche goes 0.1 innings. That's not good. He gave up only 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. So not a great line for him. So far, he's only given up 2 runs. He's on the hook for these 2 runs. Let's see if Fairbanks can shut things down. Aaron Hicks to the plate, former Yankee. At 16, that's a deep drive to left field. He gave that a big ride, and that's going to be caught at the wall by the left fielder, Arozarena. All the runners are going to move up on that. F7. But that is going to be the second out of the inning. But we have now runners at second and third. They're going to score on a base hit. Adam Frazier up. He had a big double in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3. Pete Frazier trying to clear this one out and take it home for the Tampa Bay Rays. A 14, that could be trouble. A 14 is going to be a hit by pitcher, a walk. That's a walk. So that's going to load the bases. And the peril continues for the Tampa Bay Rays as Gunnar Henderson, the young man from Baltimore, comes up with an opportunity to be a hero. A home run puts them ahead by 1. Bases loaded. 2 outs. The top of the 9th inning. Devil Rays closer trying to close this one out. He's got 1 out to get, and he's facing Henderson. Henderson 0 for 4. Will he change that narrative? He will not, as that is going to be a ground ball to third base. It's a hot shot, though. Let's check there if there's an error on Paredes. No error on the play, and Paredes is going to make the throw across the diamond, and that is going to be your ball game. Pete Fairbanks saves this one. Gunnar Henderson tried to go the other way with it, and he is stopped. And Tampa Bay, oh, sorry, there's 2 runs, should be there. They score 2 runs, Baltimore does, in the top of the 9th inning, but that comes up a few runs short as they are going to lose this one 5-2. Lots of traffic, lots of activity, and lots of drama going on here in the 9th inning. But Fairbanks comes in for the save, and he will give up no runs on no hits, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. So Savale gets the win, and Armstrong, I guess, gets a hold. I'm not giving him anything. Sorry, buddy. And the loss is going to go to Kramer. So that's going to be your ball game as Baltimore wins this one, or loses this one 5-2. So Tampa Bay takes a 2-1 series lead. Player of the game, we're going to get it to Civilly. I believe his name is Aaron. And could have just as easily given it to Lowe, who had 3 RBIs in the game. He was 2 for 4 with 3 ribbies. And we're going to say how many hits. So 9 hits and 4, 5, 6 hits. So 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error for Baltimore. I believe that's right. Just 1. Yeah. And then 5 runs on 9 hits and 1 error for the Tampa Bay Rays. Excellent series going here. So game 3 goes to Tampa Bay as they win 5-2 over Baltimore. And really the story of the game was civilly. 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, and 9 Ks. Outside of Poche, the bullpen came in and provided quite a bit of relief for Tampa Bay, and they get civilly his first win in the postseason, probably. Don't know that for sure, but maybe. And 5-2 is the win here. This is played with the 2023 on-base baseball card set series, or season set. And you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and you can pick up that set today. I'll put the link in the description straight to the on-base baseball sets. I've recently released 1991, so you can get the complete 1991 set with both the roster sheets that I've been using here that you can see in the video, these roster sheets. Also, you'll have every player carded, so if you prefer to play with cards and cut those out and play with cards, you can. So I like cards. It's just not as reasonable for doing this kind of replay in the time that I'm in my life right now. But maybe, as time goes on, we can do some more series with the cards. But you can find some of those. I'm doing a Max Fried 2022 replay where I just replay all of his starts. And you can see how the cards play in that one. So I've got all the cards cut out for that. So basically, it's all the same information that you find on the roster sheets. It's just on a card itself. And all pitchers who got into a game, all batters who got at least 1 plate appearance are in the game. So it's over 1,800 players. It's a lot. It's a lot of players. Right now, you can get it on sale until November 26, 2023. You can get it on sale at Clark and Addison Gaming, and it's 20% off for Black Friday deals. There are other sets as well. So 1975 is a complete set, 91, 98, 2004, 2016, 2022, and 2023. So you can get all those sets right now, and they are all 20% off of those. They also have some roster sheet sets where you can get these same roster sheets. You don't get any carded players, but you get the roster sheets. But you get 10 years worth of roster sheets for the same price that you could get one carded set. And basically, it's 10 years worth of this. You can see I've got the year down one side. And so I've got it separated out by season, so you can print out an entire season of the roster sheets. And you can literally play just like I'm playing right now. So super economical way to play. It's 50 cents a season. I don't know if it gets more economical than that. And the printing is not heavy. So maybe 10 to 15 pages of pictures, 10 to 15 pages of batters. And that's really all that you have. There's no cutting. There's nothing else to do. You could put them into sleeves, or you could do them back to back or something like that, where you could kind of put them in a binder. And then once you've transferred everything over to the sheet, to the score sheet, which this is a score sheet that comes with every purchase. Once you've done that, then you're basically good to go. You can play the game right off of the score sheet. If you need to bring any pitchers in or anyone else, you just look at the roster sheets. You bring them in just like I did in this game. And you just write down a few of the key metrics that we use in the game itself. And you're good to go. A lot of people like to play the roster sheet sets, so maybe that is your jam as well. And if so, we've got 1940 all the way through 2009. So the decade of the early 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, and 40s. So you can buy 10 seasons at a time using the roster sheet sets. Those are also on sale, and those are 20% off as well. I also have a quick play game that's called Quick Play Baseball. It's played with a deck of cards as opposed to dice, and everything inside that game would fit inside of a regular tuck box. So you can put the cards in there. You can also put the game itself. So it's a super lightweight, super portable. It's got 3 game modes. One is like a really quick play where you flip a card, and the card has a situation on it, and you basically just play out the rest of the inning. You flip a card. If it's a jack, queen, king, or ace, then it's a hit, and each of those is a kind of hit. So like a jack is a single, an ace is a home run. So based on what kind of hit it is, and you have some simple base running rules, then you can see if any runs score that inning. So you can play a game in 5 minutes or 7 minutes. So it's like a super quick play game. There's a medium play game that might take you 20 minutes, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. It's about twice the amount of time. Basically, you flip this situational card, and then you play out the rest of the inning. So if there's nobody out on the situation card, you play out all 3 outs. If there's 2 outs, you only play 1 out. And then you just play it like a regular game. And then there's a full play version where you don't play with the situation cards at all. You just start fresh from the inning. You play just like this, but you use the charts that are included, and all those charts are separated out by era. So I actually sell that game in eras. So you can buy 15 to 20. Each era is 15 to 20 seasons for, what is it, $10 maybe, something like that. But it's a super quick play game. You get three game modes. You can switch in between the game modes. You can play one game one way, you can go halfway through the game and then start playing full play. You know, it's got a lot of different things that you can do with it. Very versatile. You get a ton of players. Again, very similar. You're going to have a roster sheet like this, and then all the players are going to be rated for that game. There's some kind of special markings that different players have. so that if they have a star rating or a +1 for their power, then that can kind of adjust things for them so they can go up or down. There's some rare plays on the charts as well. So it's I've revamped that game. Originally it was kind of really basic, and then I went through and revamped the charts on that and kind of brought in some different concepts. So that game is quite a bit more detailed than it used to be, but still very quick playing and very portable. I've taken it with me on trips before, play it in the airport. You can play it on a plane. It's just a really portable game. And then Up-Tempo Basketball, which is my basketball game, main basketball game, it is for sale as well. That's 20% off. And No Huddle Football, which is a newer football game that I created. Don't know if I have any No Huddle seasons over here. I don't think I do. I don't have any No Huddle seasons over here, but that one is going to be 20% off as well. We have 1978 and 2022 NFL seasons for No Huddle Football, so that one is also on sale. And Quick Play, by the way, is 50% off. So everything else is 20, but Quick Play Baseball is 50% off. You can get it for $5 now. Just pick up all the seasons or all the eras. I think there are 6 or 7 eras, and you can get all of Major League Baseball history for what you could get one set of other games cards for. So it's not a lot to lose, and you're going to wind up with everything, including the Negro Leagues. So if you get the integration set and the live ball set, so that's 1920 through 1960-ish, you're going to wind up getting the entire Negro Leagues with Quick Play Baseball as well. So there's not too many games that are going to give you the entire Negro Leagues, maybe Pocket Pin and Run and some others, but you'll be able to play out everything with those cards or with those charts. So those are all the things that are on sale now. It's Friday when I record this, so you have until Sunday the 26th to get those deals. And who doesn't love a deal? You don't have to do anything, just go on to the site. Everything is on sale, and you can see very clearly what's on sale and what's not on sale. There are a couple of games that I'm hosting for another designer, and those games are also on sale, so you can check those out. Border Battle College Football and 1-2-3 Baseball is the other, based off of a design from Greg Soban, which a lot of people in the community know who Greg Soban was before he passed this year. Prolific game designer, designed some of the bigger, more well-known games. So that is a cool thing to be able to support another designer, just giving him a space that he can sell digitally. That's kind of a key for a lot of people to be able to buy with PayPal or use a credit card. So had a good Thanksgiving. I hope your Thanksgiving was well. I think I'm going to finish this one up. This is Tampa Bay taking a 2-1 lead over the Baltimore Orioles. So the Orioles on the ropes a little bit. If Tampa Bay wins the next game, they're on to the ALCS to face the winner of Houston and Toronto, which would be our last division series. And so we'll see who winds up there. Can Baltimore come back in Game 4 and force a Game 5 back at Camden Yards? We'll see. Or will Tampa Bay take care of business at home? Tampa Bay, the superior pitching team, I believe. Baltimore feels like the better hitting team, but just haven't put it together against some of the better Tampa Bay pitchers. So we'll see how this one turns out. So be looking for that Game 5 or Game 4 to come out probably tomorrow. So maybe I'll be able to finish this series by the end of the weekend. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.